Once upon a time in a lush, green meadow, there lived a cheeky little rabbit named Peter. Peter had the fluffiest white tail and the longest ears in the meadow. He lived with his mother and three sisters, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, in a cozy burrow under the roots of a grand old oak tree. Now, Peter was not like his sisters, who were very well behaved. No, Peter was a very curious little rabbit, always ready for an adventure. One beautiful sunny morning, when the dew was still sparkling on the grass, Peter's mom said, "Now, my dears, you may go out into the field or down the lane, but be careful not to go into Mr. McGregor's garden." She had warned them because their father had a terrible fate in that very garden. But Peter, being the cheeky little rabbit that he was, couldn't resist the temptation. The garden sounded so exciting. So, while his sisters went to pick blackberries near the woods, Peter slipped under the gate into Mr. McGregor's garden. Inside, the garden was a paradise. Peter's eyes widened as he saw rows and rows of juicy lettuces, fresh radishes, and colorful carrots. Yummy! He quickly hopped from patch to patch, munching away happily. But suddenly, Peter heard a noise. Oh no, it was Mr. McGregor, who was not at all happy to see a rabbit feasting on his vegetables. "Stop thief!" Mr. McGregor shouted, waving his gardening rake. Peter's little heart raced as he dashed through the garden, his white tail bobbing. He zigzagged around cabbages, darted behind pumpkins, and squeezed under potato plants. But Peter was a fast little rabbit, and soon he found a small opening in the fence. With one last squeeze, Peter slipped through and scampered all the way back home. His fur was a bit tousled, and his little jacket was lost in the garden, but Peter was safe. When he finally reached the oak tree, his mother gave him a stern look. "Peter, you are a very naughty rabbit," she said, shaking her head. But she was happy he was safe. Peter promised never to enter Mr. McGregor's garden again. But, of course, for a curious rabbit like Peter, you never know what the next adventure might bring.